Books are on top of books and it's driving me absolutely crazy. So today I'm going to fix that. Welcome to my very first bookcase organization video. Let's get started. The first thing that I am going to do is count how many books I have because I'm actually really curious on how many books I own. Did you guys know, fun fact, that 1,000 books equals a library? I know I don't have 1,000 books, but I would like to know how many I have. And then after that, I'm thinking of taking all of them off the shelves and putting them in piles of their genres. I have 377 books. There's absolutely no way I could do this in silence. So I'm gonna put some records on in the background, and at any point I stop, like the music you're gonna be hearing, and you hear me talk, but there's music in the background, that's why, if that makes any sense. So this is what we're working with. The biggest pile is obviously my fantasies. It's a big pile. And then I have my little pile of dystopian, my little pile of sci-fi. And then over here you have the whodunit type of books. Then you have mythology. This is like dark academia. This is the romance pile. This is the cozy fantasy, but it also has a little bit of romance in it, so I didn't know which section to put it in. This is romance series, but it also has a little bit of fantasy in them, so I didn't know where to put those. And then this is my horror genre slash gothic. And then you have vampires, dark romance, which I don't really read. And then my contemporary fiction pile is growing. Then you have my little biographies and then classics. This is what I'm working with right now. It's a mess. Now I need to figure out where I want to put what. Obviously, my fantasy pile is huge. I had it all right here, but it was starting to like pile on top of each other, so I had to put some fantasies in the romance section, especially like down here, and then romance was right here, and then you had kind of like the vampires, and like it was kind of random. And plus I'm building my horror slash gothic pile a lot lately, so I kind of wanted to spread it out. And then my contemporary was over here. My fiction and contemporaries were in these three, but they are growing substantially, especially this year. A lot of new ones are coming out, so I want to figure out a way to like make them go down. Classics were right here. Oh yeah, the other day I built a shelf. Well, I didn't build a shelf. I painted a shelf. The paint department did really well on matching like the color. I thought that was cool. Anyways, so I moved all of like my paints and everything over here, so I would have space for books. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is Honey, this is Rogue, and they're outside cats. I opened the door because it's freaking hot in this room. But yes, this is what I'm dealing with now, figuring out where to put things. And then in some of the piles are just random books I need to like weed out and put somewhere else. And then I'm also going to be getting like unhauling some books. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really hard figuring out where to put some stuff. I think I might put romance here. You know, some of this is really hard to figure out genres because this is a romance, but it's also fantasy. So, do I put it with the fantasies? Do I put it with the romance? I don't know. Do I have a romantasy section? I don't know. Here's another book that's really confusing. People say that this is a dark romance, but they also say that this is a thriller. Do I put it in the dark romance? Do I put it in a thriller? know what I'm doing. I don't think I like how I arranged it. I have so much books left to put back on the shelves. There's not enough room. So irritating. And I can't figure out which one's horror and which one's gothic. Because my gothic is horror, but also some of my gothic isn't horror. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I was talking to the camera and I realized I didn't have the camera on. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well. I've decided I'm moving things around more because I don't know where to put things. I don't know where to put things. I found another confusing book. 2 of them, actually. The Terror and the Hunger. These are horror thriller books, but they're based off of actual events. Obviously, it has a little bit of a fiction to make them horror, but I don't know if I should put them with historical since it's based off true stories, or I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know what to do. I have so many books left and no room. Fudge. I'm going to show you the sections that I'm having trouble with the most. I'm having trouble with these. These right here. This is supposed to be gothic horror, gothic, right? And this is supposed to be just horror, thriller, you know? But I have more books that go in either one, and I don't know what to do because I don't want to put them on top of each other. So I put Stephen King like this, but I don't want to put anything else on top of Stephen King, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm moving things again because that's what I do. The problem is that even though I'm moving these, I'm still gonna have the same problem. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. It's not going to let me do it. And I'm going to get really, really angry because it's not going to let me do it. That's supposed to be up here, but it's not. And that's angering. What if I put it with this? This is so irritating. I don't want to like put genres with other genres. You know what's a book that I never freaking read that I've had for a couple years now because I was obsessed with Peter Pan? Lost Boys. I got this specifically because it's like Peter Pan and Captain Hook, but it's like a thriller, and I haven't read it yet. I'm irritated at myself. I have all these books I need to read, but I keep buying more. And guess what? I'm gonna keep buying more. It's an addiction. It's an addiction. See, I don't want to put these with those. I mean, I guess horror and thriller are kind of the same thing, so. Okay, this is what I'm working with. It's doing better. I need more bookends though. I need way more bookends because I have that down there. These 2 need bookends. I need more bookends. But yeah, it's looking better. It's looking better. I have one more pile left, and it's my classics. The question is where do I put them? Because this is romance. This is contemporary fiction. Maybe I could like somehow work this together, because I mean, classicals is fiction, so I did it, everybody. I figured it out, and I put all the books where they're meant to be. Would you guys like a tour? We're gonna start with the obvious one, which is my fantasy. So, you got the dragons up here, these 4 dragon ones. And these are just like fantasies. Then you move down to Sarah J. Maas, and I put this little thingy there. And then you move down to Fae, and then this one's Fae as well. And then these are cozy fantasies. And then you have Cassandra Clare's, and then Harry Potter and witches. These 4 books are witchy books. And then you're over here in this section, which is more fantasies. And then you move on to mythology. And then this one's kind of a mixture. I put sci-fi and dystopian together because it kind of goes together. And these 2, I put kind of some random stuff right here, but it kind of makes sense because this is the dark academia and these ones are kind of dark academia, and then these ones are dark academia, and I put my little cowboy frog on top of his mushroom. And now you're over here, so I put my vampires back where they were. I put this over here because I didn't have any room in my other ones, but that's okay. And then you have my gothics, my horror gothics, my just gothics. They're all right here. And then you move down to thriller, horror, and Stephen King's, because this one's not actually a horror novel, but I didn't want to split Stephen King up. And then you have more horror right here, and thrillers and whodunits. And now we're on to this bookcase. So I put all of my romances on here. I kind of did them in a style, so you have the hardcovers right here. And then it moves on into like witchy / ghosty type of romance things. And then it starts moving on into like seasons. So you got my falls, and then you got ice skating and wintry, and then you got all the seasons, and then you got summers. These ones are summers, and then these ones are just, you know, my favorite series. I love Sarah Adams. And then you go down here into this one, this romance section, kind of random romances. This is a new one I got. I'm so excited to read it. Look how beautiful that cover is. Is this cover me or what? I love this cover. And then you go down here. This is kind of, I mean, they're romances, they're series, but they're also fantasies at the same time. And then my really tiny magazine collection right now. And then dark romances are down here because I don't really read dark romance anymore. And then you're on the last one. So this section is fiction and contemporary, and then you got like historical fiction, and then you have classics. So these are my hardcovers for fiction and contemporaries. You got my weird ones. And then probably from about here onto this way are the sad books. And then these ones are just kind of random ones. And then you go down here into my historical fictions. So these ones are all basically historical fiction. Like from here onward to here is basically World War II and World War I and all that fun stuff. And then you got King Henry, and then I think these ones are like Vietnam, not very sure because I haven't read them yet. And then you have my little biographies, and then my classics. I tried putting all the women up here except for these ones, but these ones are my, you know, Jane Austens and whatnot. And then down here is kind of like my men classics, and this cool little Ministrieth that my mom found. Isn't it so cute? You can open it. So cool. So I'm using that as a little book stopper next to my Lord of the Rings. And then over here, I have my puzzles, my little word games, my book covers, markers and pens, coloring books, stickers, my mini journals and empty notebooks. There's a lot of empty notebooks, I'm not gonna lie. My Nintendo game with little Miss Puddle Duck, Jemima Puddle Duck. And then in here, I've said it before, it's just wires, you know, next to my Doctor Who's. Need to figure out what to do with the top part of my bookshelves right now. But right now, this is what they look like. But I'm really excited about it all. All right, that was my book organization / tour. I hope you all enjoyed it. I didn't film a lot because I got a little lost, to be honest with you. It's hard figuring out where to put genres, especially when some genres are bigger than others, and so you kind of have to combine them, which I hate doing. I know a lot of people organize their bookshelves through color, which drives me insane, or through like the alphabet, but I do it by genre. And like I said, some genres are bigger than others, and they have to like go into other shelves, and it drives me crazy, but I did it. I made it work. I am unhauling a lot of books. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm unhauling 9 books. I will show you what I'm unhauling. And let's see here. This was that Christmas Advent romance calendar thing. I'm not going to read it again. These two are going to be shocking because I know a lot of people love these books, but I just could not get into them. I'm giving these books away. I do not like them. I just could not get into them no matter what I did. I just could not do it. And then I'm getting rid of this one because I've never read it. And I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna read it, to be honest with you. And then I'm getting rid of Pestilence and War. I read Pestilence and it was kind of boring, so I'm pretty sure War is gonna be boring too. They're dark romances. Don't really read dark romance anymore. Same thing with Scarred. I read Hooked, didn't really care for it. And then these two I've read and I'm not gonna read them anymore. I'm giving all these books away to a bookstore, a used bookstore around where I live, because they're asking for more books and I'm bringing them more books. Let's see here. Thank you all for... Why? What a weird cat. Thank you all for watching my video, and it's only gonna be one video this week. Next week I will do better, I promise. I'm just going through some things right now, mainly in my mind, but yes, I'm doing better. Next week will be a better week for me. Like I said, thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.